Hello to all ProLibertad supporters and allies. This is Ben Ramos, New York City coordinator of the ProLibertad FReedom Campaign, and I wanted to share with you guys the ponencia, the presentation that I wrote on behalf of ProLibertad for the United Nations. Usually I record myself, but this year I wasn't able to, but I still want to share the 3-minute presentation, so stick with me, okay? Again, this is for the UN Decolonization Committee hearings. This was my presentation that I delivered on Monday, June 16th at 10 o'clock in the morning at the United Nations. Honorable committee members, thank you for this opportunity to be heard today. I dedicate this presentation to the memory of deceased former political prisoner Dilcia Pagan, to former political prisoner Oscar Lopez Rivera, who is ill, to los macheteros who were arrested almost 40 years ago, to Filiberto Ojeda Rios, who was assassinated by the U.S. government almost 20 years ago, and to the incredible people of Palestine that are fighting U.S.-Israeli colonialism and state-sanctioned genocide. On July 25th, 1898, U.S. General Nelson A. Miles invaded the port city of Guanica, Puerto Rico, and established martial law. He silenced the press and 3 days later issued this message: "We have not come to make war upon the people of a country that for centuries has been oppressed, but on the contrary, to bring you protection, to promote your prosperity, and bestow upon you the immunities and blessings of the liberal institutions of our government." The following is a list of those blessings that were bestowed upon us: the Jones Act, the 4-Acre Act, La Ley de la Moldaza, the repression of the Nationalist Party, the campaigns to erase our national identity and culture, the assassination of Don Pedro Albizu Campos, Cerro Maravilla, the Ponce Massacre, COINTELPRO, the arrest of the 5 nationalists, the FALN, and Los Macheteros, Operation Bootstrap, the grand jury trials, the assassination of Ángel Rodríguez Cristobal, the bombing of Vieques, La Operación, Promesa, La Junta Fiscal, Luma, Genera Puerto Rico. This is a small sample of the blessings, or more accurately put, the atrocities and human rights violations committed by the U.S. government against the Puerto Rican people. Today, I will not be speaking about the current conditions in Puerto Rico. My colleagues from the island who live there can speak to those issues far more eloquently and accurately than I. They can speak to the forced migration, the unemployment, the corruption of the PNP administration. What I will say is that the legacy of U.S. colonialism in Puerto Rico has been, is, and will always be one of exploitation and oppression. Therefore, any U.S. bills or executive orders that give the U.S. government control or approval over our decolonization is ridiculous and dangerous. We support the decolonization process laid out by international law and Resolution 1514. We are currently in the 4th decade for the elimination of colonialism, and Puerto Rico still a colony. This is an issue that must be resolved. I ask this committee to stand with us as you have before and pass a resolution calling for an end to U.S. colonialism in Puerto Rico. We recommend that the case of Puerto Rico be brought to the United Nations General Assembly for review. Que viva Puerto Rico libre, free Puerto Rico. So again, ProLibertad supporters, this was our presentation that I delivered last week. And if you want any more information on the decolonization committee hearings and all that, you can go to our website, prolibertad.org, or you can look up the ProLibertad FReedom Campaign on all of our social media. Gracias.